Well, howdy, 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 nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to this another brand new day. I have a hamster running around on my lap. I have to grab her. She was down on my leg. It's a little Gojira. She's up and running. I took a shower this morning, and I took off. I wear what I call scrub socks. Just, I wear them so that I don't get my bottoms of my feet dirty when I walk on the bathroom floor and the kitchen floor and the carpet and all that. And so I had put my quote-unquote scrub socks onto the edge of her cage, and she pulled them down, and when I looked down and grabbed her down there, she was curled up inside of my two socks. Made a nest out of the socks. So I had to pull the socks out because she didn't chew them, but if she does, that's fibers that aren't good. You want to make sure that if you do have fibers that your hamsters are going to chew on, they are short fibers, because long fibers can get bound up inside of them, and they can get caught up in their intestinal tract and kill them that way. So don't give them anything but short fiber stuff. Specifically, it has to say short fibers on it. Otherwise, it can kill them. So I had to make sure the socks were out. Come on, you little goose. Well, this is little Gojira. She is an absolute sweetheart, but I'm going to put her back in her cage so she can, well, she wasn't sleeping, but she can go back and rest, because she's got cheek pouches filled with seeds. Here we go, little one. She's lost her socks. Yay! I have therapy this morning. Now it's with my normal therapist, but it's online sessions right now because I don't have money to buy gas, so I can't go driving. So we do them online. They don't really... It's not good software. I mean, last time we tried it, neither of us could get the webcams to connect, so... thumbs up. It was a voice-only session, but a voice-only session is better than no session at all, so thumbs up for that. And then last night I also went for another 6-mile walkies, so that's a good thing. I went to Walmart again, so that's 2 nights in a row I walked to Walmart. My nerves and my back have let me sleep. I was going to say have been okay, but of course they're not okay, especially this morning. I can only assume it's my sciatica now because of my nerve damage, but because I know it's not my hip joint. If you have damage to your hip joint, it's going to hurt on the inside of your leg, closer to your groin, because that's where your actual hip joint is. If it hurts on the outside, it's just skeletal muscular pain. And so that's just the muscles and such on the outside of your pelvis and your hip joints and all that. So I've got a lot of external on the outside. If you're in medical terms, it is my lateral. Well, yeah, it's towards the outside. Lateral, well, it's my hip, so, but, well, you wouldn't even have to point that out, but it's the left side, and that hurts a lot when I walk. And lately, my left ankle has been hurting, and I don't know why. Sharp pain, so it must be part of the sciatica, because I didn't do anything to it. I didn't roll the ankle. I don't feel any weakness. And I am this thing is just every 10, 15 seconds it goes zip, rip, because it's just a whole bunch of locking up and lag spiking, and I don't know why. I think I just need to reinstall Windows 10 again. Yay. But let's see what I was talking about. Oh boy. Yeah, that's the danger of talking going on too quickly. Yes, I know it was with my nerves, but I went and walked up to Walmart twice now.
The hider potty mouth, she hikes her skirt above her head. The whole 7th Fleet is checking out her spread. Foul gas shot, glass stuck to her snout.
2 days in a row, and my nerves have been okay. My restless leg has been okay at night. I still have so much pain and near anxiety at the end of the night that I just go to bed because there's no reason to stay up. I'm uncomfortable. I'm not doing anything. It's time to go to bed. But I gotta wait until at least 11 because as stated, if I go to bed at 10 o'clock, I'm gonna be up at 3 in the morning. And then I'm gonna end up going to bed at 8, and then I'm gonna be up at midnight. So I've got to try and stay up as late as possible so I can sleep as late as possible, so I can just lay in bed as long as possible until I can get as close to 6 as possible. Excuse me. So life is joyous, life is fun, yay. Now, one thing I have been thinking of doing, I did before, one thing where I had read The Raven. Not The Raven, The Telltale Heart, by Edgar Allan Poe, because it's royalty free now. And so I read that for the channel, but I read it as a grumpy Scots person who was being like, well, what is wrong with this person? Of course they're going to have troubles when they do that. What are you? You're just not even thinking straight. And then going back into reading the story. What I'd like to do, just to get into doing it, and also so that people can see if they like to listen to that, is I want to find some more, and there's tons of public domain royalty free stuff. I want to start that fiction podcast just to get my voice going and just reading some of those stories. Now, I call it a podcast because right now it would be basically me making just a YouTube video of just talking and reading a story. And if I ever had anybody else that I could ever get hold of, it would still be just that, but just, using whatever capture software so that you can see them talking too. So we'll see what goes on with that. Hopefully I'll be able to find a good story, short enough, entertaining, like The Monkey's Paw or some such. That would be a horrible story. I want something that would be a good story where people could get it just into listening to my voice and having it be calming and soothing, and having a story like The Monkey's Paw. If you've never heard of The Monkey's Paw, it's horrific. It's one of those reasons why they have stories why, if you get wishes, don't make a wish. Because in The Monkey's Paw, there's a magical monkey's paw and you can make a wish on it. But just like all those horrific stories, if you don't say exactly what's going to happen, it takes it in the worst possible way. Like it was like this old couple, their son had died in the war and they wanted him to come back. And they didn't say, alive. And it basically ends with them hearing like their son knocking on the door. And they already know from the 2 previous wishes that it ain't going to be good. So that's why it's like even in Adventure Time when they had, Finn and Jake fighting against the Lich. I love the show Adventure Time. And so there was a big thing where you could get wishes, and this main character who lives in the center of like the multiverse was saying, yes, I can grant you a wish, but it's going to, don't do this. You get the worst thing possible. It's like you could say, I wish I could get a neck massage. Sure, you get a neck massage, but what if it's just some creepy old man who's giving it to you now? And what happens to the person who was living their life and now they're pulled out of that life and they're having to give you a neck massage? It's like he's saying, don't. It's the worst thing possible. Wishes are terrible. That is another story that I did want to write too. I've been thinking about this one while walking. It's like somebody who comes across a jinn, and the jinn just says, I will grant you wishes for having given me freedom. And the person is just like throwing themselves down on the ground, and it's like, please either let me go with no wishes or kill me now. There are good jinn and bad jinn. I will not know if you're a bad one until I get a wish. And I do not want to die. Please, I am sorry. No wishes. Just let me go and live. Just the utter terror of what it would be like to be confronted with an actual supernatural, powerful being. I don't have a lot of the gravitas to pull off the story ideas that I have, but that's okay. Real quick, I do want to talk about another story that I wrote way back before my alcoholism got so bad. I'm hoping to get back into writing stories like this again. I love this one horror book by a really bad writer because this one, I can't even remember what it's called, like Deathbringer by like Dana Reed. Terrible book. But it was like the person threw in 1,000 different ideas, mixed it up in a big pot, and then presented it as the book. And I went, oh my God, that was brilliant. I loved the book because it was so terrible. It was the worst book in the world. It's wonderful. You should read it. And so I wrote a story kind of based on that, where this one person, his wife died. And so he's going to this one town to get away from everything. Yeah. Well, he shows up just on the right time he falls infatuation while he's there with this one woman who's also ended up there. She's a black widow killer. And so she's in town, and she gets hooked up with him. He gets hooked up with her. While they're doing that, the local rich guy in town has also made a pact with demonic beings. And so the demons are going to come in and kill everyone in town. At the same time, the swamp demons outside, demons to swamp beings, where the swamp is in charge. The swamp has set up these people to do this, that, and the other, and there is a child who goes along with them. They, of course, prey on humans as well, but still. And that, with the swamp, gets involved with all this stuff. Not to mention the fact that there is this mutated type of creeper vine, like kudzu, that has finally achieved sentience and achieved hunger and is ready for human flesh. It's like, what bad luck to show up in a small town of only like 2,000-3,000 people on the night when like 5 or 6 different apocalyptic things are all happening, and each of the apocalyptic things happening are getting pissed off at the other apocalyptic things happening at the same time because they're having the apocalypse. We're trying to eat everyone. What the hell are you doing? Get off. Most of the town ends up dead. Total ruins. It's been raining ever since it got there because, of course, it takes place in the mountains of Washington State. And there's basically 2 survivors at the end of this. The plants had been eating the demons, the real demons that had been come in and become a demonic plant thing that's eating everything. And then the swamp demons are doing this. Finally, they have to figure out what to do. They do something that pisses off the swamp enough that the swamp wants to kill them as they run into town. And so the swamp comes in and boom, battle over. Nothing left. And so he's left alive going, God, we did it. We're actually alive. And she's there going, yes, we did it. We're alive. I think I love you. And he's like, well, you know, that's nice. But, oh, well, she's the Black Widow killer. And she's got enough of wrong up here that, well, she loved him. That means he has to die too. And then that's how the story ends. So I got ideas still, things that I want to rewrite, stories that I want to write from original, because I'm coming up with all sorts of weird stuff that, as stated, I largely don't have the gravitas to pull off, but still I have ideas, and so I got to get them done. I'm still thinking a lot about, I've mentioned this one artificial world that I've been working on since I was a teenager, where it's got this huge lower plate that effectively has the lower plate has the surface area of about 10,000 Earths. And then there's a central stalk, and at the top of the stalk there is a flat Earth. Which, you know, it's take the Earth, cut it in half, and on that flat surface, that's the surface. And so it comes up and it sucks water from the lower plate up through into a central ocean using these weird machines. They come out through these rivers, pour off the upper area. There's a precipitation layer with rotating clouds that are constantly raining out into largely a jungle area down below. And so I'm trying to think of an idea that would work as a story. I mean, that's so huge. What do you do? I mean, most stories take place in like a city. And this is, like I said, the bottom plate's like 10,000 Earths. So what do you do with a setting that big? I don't know. But I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab, and I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people for having left me a comment. I'm not reading the comments right now. I'm going to read them later. But for right now, I'm thanking you for having left a comment. Good comment, bad comment, and different comment. Just thank you for having left it. If I mispronounce the username, my sincere apologies. I'm an American English speaker. We're not good at that. And even though I count American Sign Language on the fingers of this hand because of my depression, fibro, and more, I'm lucky if I can remember that my name is not Reginald P. Farquhar. I actually remember the name. It's pretty rare for me. Something called my Chrome, because I use Chrome for this. I have 3 browsers that I use. Unfortunately, 2 of them use the same base. Opera, Chrome, and Firefox, because some things work real well in Chrome, but don't work in anything else. Some things work real well in Opera, but not in anything else. And some things really only work in Firefox, and not anything else, so yay. But we have Frank James, who was Jesus Flowers. Good to see you in the comments, and thank you very, very much. I'm very sorry about your phone. And Helvetin Necru, thank you very, very much. Degner, you are largely correct about that. And Dunheil, thank you very, very much. Alejandro Vasquez, thank you very, very much. Mahe Ized, thank you very, very much. Snow, greatly appreciated. Pits are awesome. Depends on the pitch. Pits. Armpits, not quite so much. Peach pits, oh, I hated biting those. Mr. Squidward, thumbs up and thank you. Quietest T, thank you very, very much. Stian Myrdal Larson, I'm nowhere close, but thank you very, very much. Skippy Dinglechalk, I like that name, thank you very, very much. Danilo Duranko, thank you very much. Branching Rex, thank you very much. Zynide, greatly appreciated. Mail Monroe, how about that? And thank you very much. Perfect Tragedy, thank you very much, and I'm very, very sorry what you're going through. Anthony Ornelis, good to see you in the comments, very thumbs up. And then we have Roblox, thumbs up and thank you. And then we have Hugo Costa, greatly appreciated. Will Thug Life, thumbs up and thank you. Paladin Walliam, good to see you in the comments. Krishna Thacker, greatly appreciated. Ethan Brown, thumbs up and thank you very much. And last but not least, Fadli Liba Asik. I'm nowhere close, but thank you very, very much. Hopefully I didn't slaughter your name too badly. It is a good thing to get out of your head into the world and deal with real people. Definitely a thumbs up. Greatly appreciated. I don't know what else to say past that. Well, I have this video that you're seeing. I got another video I have to edit and render. I got another one I'm going to record, edit, and render. I still have those 2 walkies videos I have to do. I got a ton of stuff I got to get done. So hopefully I can get it done along with the therapy session. It's going to be an hour today. I got to get ready, 9 o'clock. Oy vey. If you can check out my various links, I have Twitter, Facebook, GoFundMe, Patreon.com, NearlySeniorCitizen.com. If you could donate to my GoFundMe campaign or become a Patreon.com patron like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be beautiful and awesome. But if you cannot donate, or you simply do not donate, I do take all good wishes, and I deposit them in the bank of my heart, where I draw interest, so thank you very much. And if you could toss me a like, I do appreciate all the positive validation I get for my existence. Definitely a thumbs up. And if you could subscribe to the channel, that would be very cool, greatly appreciated. I would understand if you did not wish to, but if you are done with it, I will do my very best to keep you entertained from now until the literal end of time. Oh, one thing I did want to point out. This is the length of what I use to trim my beard and the edges of my hair. It's not very big, it's a beard trimmer. This is the largest guide that I have, and it fits on like this. That's only a 1/4 inch. Now my hair is a bit longer than a 1/4 inch, and so from this long, 4 inches and some, to a 1/4 inch is too big of a jump for me. I can't just go from the length of hair I have now to buzz cut like in the military and feel comfortable about that, which is why I need to get an actual hair trimmer, not a beard trimmer. That thing's great for beards and the edges of my hair, but for long stuff, that's not really good. I need to get one of those, but like one of those longer guides about that long, and then once I'm used to that, then go to that. I don't know why my voice is so caught up and such today. My sincere apologies. But still, I got a bunch of stuff I got to get done. I got a bunch of stuff I hope to get done. I got a clean up again in here. I don't have a lot of garbage, but I got a lot of plastic bottles, and I got to get them all together again. I drink sodas. So, Walmart brand. Take care. Have a great day. I will see you on the flip side, my friend, and that is a very good thing.